Hi, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Garden, and welcome to Shifting Perspectives. I'm sick, like I have a cold, so I was feeling icky and just like, yeah, I'm. So I have my partner's shirt, and I'm cozy, and I took a shower, and I'm just like, all right, and I just need to take it easy today because I definitely feel sick. So I'm going to be famous, like really fucking famous. I've known this my whole life. And there's been a lot of preparing my mindset for it, preparing my life for it, preparing my mindset for it. And I first realized this when I was around 5, 6 years old. By 8, I started preparations. I have magic. I have magic about me. And I had way too many can't doers telling me I couldn't, telling me it was wrong, and then beating the fuck out of me for doing. And every time I touched into my magic, oh, yeah, it did not go well, and I don't wanna talk about that right now. But I walked away from it all, and that's what I'm fighting right now is I know what I am, I know what's coming, I can feel it. Oh my god, can I feel it? I have been on officially, I have been on 1 stage. 1. Under this brand, and it's already, like, starting to roll in, and I have another stage that I'm going to be on in early October. Mid-October, and that's rolling in, and that's gonna pop this thing. Like, I can feel it, like, it's building. And so I'm putting in preparations for when the flood of people come in because it's already starting to come in. And I'm literally in the process, and that's what you're in. You're in the early stages of watching a rising celebrity go from being a nobody to boom, and it's gonna hit, and when it does, it's gonna be big. And so I've got connections in place, I've got all the people in place, I've got the team on standby. Like, I'm ready to go. And it's going to literally be overnight. And if I don't learn how to manage this thing now, and that's like in the back of my mind, it's been the whole thing is you're going to be famous. You are a rising celebrity and you really just got to start claiming it. And I'm going, okay. So I put all the pieces in place. It's what I've been doing for the last year. And I've been putting it up in such a way with Triadic healing so that when the people come pouring in, I won't be trying to juggle 5 million people, 10 million people. It's all going to cycle through the garden. So I have to have the automations in place. I have to have the whole system set up so that I don't drop the load that comes in. And that's pretty much what I've been doing is setting it all up. And I love documentation. I love recording all of it. And I have literally 40 years of journals, 40 years of just of journals. I've documented everything. I even have like I have 2 piles of books here and here, and they're just filled notebooks from note taking because that's how I do things. And I'm getting all of this set up and I'm going, okay, and I can see it. And I love watching the numbers because the numbers are doing this. And I'm going, yeah, that's right. That's right. It's just it's awesome. And I don't do any kind of marketing or advertising because it's not organic. And my whole shtick is authenticity. So I'm not looking to do advertising. I won't do it. And I keep coming back to this thing with Facebook. So, and the reason why is because my social circles are on Facebook. Bottom line, my social circles are on Facebook. And I'm trying to figure out how to juggle my social life with fame. And then that's it. That's really it. That there you go. That's my problem. I'm trying to figure out how to juggle a social life with fame. And I don't know how to do it because I haven't done it yet. And this is something that every celebrity has to go through. This is the pains of breaking in is how are you going to juggle your real friends with your business cohorts with strangers who legitimately have something to offer. And what it is basically boundaries and filters. You need boundaries and filters. And 6 months ago, I had no boundaries. And I saw what I was building, and I'm like, "Oh my god, when this thing catches fire, I have to make sure I have this boundary system in place." So that's what I'm doing is I've been putting together this boundary and, like, it's a nightmare. My social media is an absolute nightmare. And I'm just at a point where I need to hire someone and come in and do it because I'll do the podcast. Oh, fuck yes. I love the podcasting, which is why I don't allow live chats, is because it has to be a filter. I can't allow people in. And at the same time, I don't want to be inaccessible. And this is like an ongoing thing. There's a lot of people going, "Oh, these celebrities are so accessible." And it's like, do you understand? There's a reason why. Like, I'm already like, I am really low key. I'm rising, and I can already see the onslaught, and it's overwhelming. It's stressful. There's anxiety. So managing attention is a real nightmare when it comes to celebrities, something I've known my whole life. I am an oracle. I know shit. And I don't have to put myself out there and push this thing. It's going to just, it's automatic. It's going to roll because it's driven by off of authenticity. And that's it really. Is I had this idea and I went, this thing is going to be so effortless. I am so sick today. I can feel it. I need to take a self-care day. So I'm going to do like low key stuff. I have a meeting today at 5 o'clock for my Dungeons and Dragons game. Authenticity is just speaking your truth over your fears. Authenticity. I think I have a fever. I have to take a COVID test. Fortunately, I don't go anywhere. Like I'm in my house. So yeah, I need to get a COVID test. All right, so I'll add that on my list of to-dos. Daniel, do you know if we have any COVID tests in the house? I think we have one. I'll have to ask Lizzie. Authenticity is just speaking your truth. Thank you, Dan. Over your fear. Authenticity is just speaking your truths over your fears. And then that's it, bottom line. That's it right there. Is you are just speaking your truths over your fears. And if you can master that skill, you have found authenticity. And yesterday, this last 2 days, I've had such a massive breakthrough of authenticity where I'm finally going, all right, I'm just going to sink into myself, take the stage, and I can feel it where I'm just like, fear of judgment, fear of criticism. I feel like I just log all day long, all the fears that we don't talk about. Fear of judgment, fear of criticism. Fear of perspective abuse. There are a lot of people out there with mental illnesses who seek people for emotional prosthetics. And they fall in love with celebrities. They catch you on YouTube, they catch you, and they just love your authenticity so much because it's so rare. And I've already gotten several crazed people reaching out to me, obsessed. And when I was working, I was never working as a BDSM mistress. That was my play. When I was a BDSM mistress, I had a lot of people like obsessing. And I got away from the BDSM because Emotionally, mentally, I don't need it anymore. BDSM is fantastic for nurturing your shadow self. But when you're authentic and you already embrace your shadow self, and I do, the need and the passion and the excitement for BDSM really goes down. It is a phenomenal outlet for people who do not have an outlet for their shadow self. And if you know how to balance your shadow self with your authenticity, then it really decreases the need for anything else. So this particular podcast, this particular episode is like triadic healing, what I really do. And the more I talk to people about what triadic healing is, the more I realize I actually have not clarified precisely what it is. And it's funny because I have this voice in the back of my head, the universe, going, tell them what it does, Anna. I know, you're pushy. And I hear what I have to say, and then I'm scared, so I don't look at it. And again, we're back to the authenticity is speaking louder than your fears, speaking your truths over your fears. And the first time I put together triadic healing, I thought, oh, that's magic. I can't say that out loud. And that's it, is there's a lot about my magic that, and I'm just going to call it my magic, which is imagination. So I'm going to do this whole thing on magic, imagination, mage, image. I imagine a nation. Imagine space, nation. Trademark, copy that, that's mine. Imagine nation. Magic. Magic is just imagination. Look at the word. A mage is part of what you imagine becomes. Magic is imagination. So yeah, there's magic to me. And I figured this out when I was like 4. And I'm finally owning my magic. I'm finally accepting my magic and claiming it. And that requires me stepping out saying, oh yeah, I have magic. I absolutely have it. And I'm tired of hiding it because hiding hurts me. And I'm tired of a bunch of can't doers telling me what I can't do. There, now I'm speaking plainly. The world would be such a better place if we all just spoke plainly. And that's the problem. None of us are speaking plainly. So, I have a magic about me, and I'm tired of hiding it from people. I'm tired of suppressing what and who I am because a bunch of can't doers told me what their reality looks like. I'm tired of other people telling me what my reality should and shouldn't be. I'm tired of taking any kind of advice from a bunch of can't doers. And that's really it. When you get into business, there's a lot of can't doers. Can't doers who want you to buy their product, so they'll say you can't. Can't doers who want to be right, so they'll tell you you can't, so they can be right. Can't doers are the worst thing in the world because can't doers are slave owners. They want to keep you enslaved in their perspective so they can feel good. And I have been subjected to the abuse of can't doers my whole life. Can't doers come in many forms. And I'm so sick of can't doers. And I'm angry sometimes because I really have a sensitivity to slavery. And that's just it, really. When I am too afraid to use my own voice, when I'm too afraid to show my own magic, People ask me if Anna Imagination is my real name. It's offensive. Really fucking offensive. It's the biggest insult anyone can ask. What do you mean, my real name? It is my honest, true name. That's why I call it. A chosen name is everything. Because it's a recognition of what and who I am, and I'm claiming it. Of course, it's my real name. You mean legally, did my parents pick this name out of the brains of their can't doing and thrust it upon me? No. I don't agree, and I don't believe in given names, because given names are labels. Given names are labels. Given names are can't doers. Every time you are given a name, a can't doer is telling you your limitations. So no. I don't do given names. Every time I meet somebody and I ask them for their name, I hope they give me a fantasy name. I hope they give me their real name. And every time someone's like, "Oh, I'm John." No, it isn't. That's not who you are. I am really sick. I can feel it. I really need to go take a nap and sleep, and I don't want to. I feel like I arrived at my kingdom finally. And there was a staff, the universe, who greeted me and said, "Well, it's about time." Yes, I know. I took a long time getting here. There were a lot of can't doers in my way. And I'm tired. I think about not Elijah. I don't remember his name. The king from Walking Dead. Ezekiel. My God, I love that man. The first time I saw Ezekiel in Walking Dead, I went, "Oh my God, it's my husband." That is exactly what I would do during the apocalypse. First, I would go get a tiger. True story. I wanted a tiger my whole life, to the point where my second husband, during our courtship, bought me a stuffed tiger, life-sized. So we had a stuffed tiger. I do not miss my tiger. I do not miss anything about that life. It actually turned out to be a real pain in the fucking ass because, yeah, where do you put a giant animal like that? So it was this time period. Yeah, I had this time period where I'm sick. I can feel it, and I really need to sleep, and I really don't want to. Because I just got here and I went, "Yeah, I'm finally in my kingdom." Right, I was talking about Ezekiel. So when I was watching Walking Dead and I saw it, I was just like, and he's walking around going, "I am the king and this is my realm." And I'm like, "Yes, that's me." And I'm the same way. I am a queen and this is my realm, and you are in Anna land, and this is the land of imagination, the kingdom of imagination. This is my imagine nation. And in my realm, there's magic. And I can feel it. I feel like I finally walked into this area and I've been wandering. No, let me tell you my story. I feel like I escaped in 2020, and I did too. And I wandered. Oh, I've been looking for here. No wonder why I don't want to go to sleep. No wonder why I'm suddenly very tired. Because I'm home. Oh, I have a story to tell you. In 2020, I escaped. He threw me out, and I didn't care. I was free. I saw people are like, I am so sorry. So my husband and I had been trying to get pregnant. He wanted children of his own because mine weren't good enough, literally. And after playing stepfather to my 3 children for 12 years, he suddenly decided that my children weren't good enough for him and he wanted his own. So I was in the middle, literally 2 years into my therapy. I was on medication. I was going through lamotrigine and escitalopram, and I was going through my healing. Two years into it, and he went, I want my children. And I had my tubes tied at that time. So we did 3 rounds of IVF, and it required that I get off my medication. And it required that I take a lot of progesterone, and estrogen, and HGH, and a million other hormones. So I went through 3 rounds of hormone treatments. I suffered from 2 miscarriages. This is while I created Triadic healing. I'm a badass. And then when that didn't work, he had me do surgery to do tubal ligation reversal. We sank $60,000 into trying to get me pregnant at age 39 at a time when I was inventing Triadic healing and putting myself through my own shadow work. He was a user, and he literally drained my body at the expense of my mind. And I walked away from it. At the end, after 3 years of trying, he said, you can't get pregnant, and I need you to move out so I can find a woman who can. I need to find a mother for my children. And he literally threw me away like garbage. And I was not grieving. I was thrilled. I saw this door suddenly open, and I thought, I'm free to go? Right there. That's when you know it's slavery. When they open the door and they invite you to leave and you say, I'm free, I can go. That was the biggest slap in my face. Not what he said to me, my response. I didn't go, oh no, I love you, don't leave me. I didn't do any of that. I thought, I'm finally free. I was so happy. I grabbed all of my things and I put them in the van, my knitting, my books, and my children, 2 of my 3 children. And I talk about extraction, but he let me go. That's the difference. But he wouldn't let my oldest daughter go. And I said, I'm going to New York City because I wanted to go to a place where the universe told me to go. I had this universe screaming at me, go to New York, go to New York, go to New York. Oh my God, you would not shut up. Go to New York. It's all she said to me, go to New York. So I went to New York, and that's when I backpacked for a year in New York City. I toggled between Manhattan and my apartment upstate while I worked on establishing a community, establishing a job here, establishing an apartment. And then I was able to move my daughter down. And then I was able to move my son down. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, actually texted me the other day. So she's starting to talk to me again. And she's also, I don't know, I can't even start hypothesizing about that. But when I left in 2020, I felt I felt like I was I was wandering. I was absolutely wandering. I was a rover, and I had no home. I lived in my car. I lived in the bag out of my back. And I thought I could live on the road forever. I wanted to live on the road forever. And then after 2 years, I want a home. I want a home, but I don't know where home is. And I spent so many hours in my lover's arms, crying on him, going, I want to belong somewhere. And he would just comfort me. And then I found the energy pool. And I felt, oh, if it's all recorded. It's from a few months ago, like 3 months ago. One of my videos here is I found my home. And it had been something I'd been looking for all my life. The last time I felt like I was home was when I was 8 years old. I ran away from home when I was 8. January of 1988. Yeah. January of 1988, I ran away from home. I was 7. I wasn't 8. I was 7 years old when I ran away from home to New York City. That's right. I was 7 and I was going to New York City. That's right. I made it 5 miles. That was the last time I felt home. And I have never felt home since until this year. And I got my apartment. I put my children back into my home. We're still unpacking. I still have this nightmare of a room to clear out, which I'm scared of. I have a banned room. My roommate was a hoarder, and he left the room in unlivable condition. And I literally am just waiting for the income so I can have professionals come in and clean out the room and then disinfect it. And then I'll be able to finish off and make it livable. So, yeah, I have a beautiful apartment and I'm in Brooklyn. I'm right where I need to be in New York City. I'm in a wonderful location. And I noticed when I get on the N train, every time I get on the N train, I feel it. I'm home. I came in the other day. I was out with a friend last week, and I came in and I felt warmth just fall over me. And I went, I have a home. There's a place to belong. And then yesterday, I felt it. I went, there's this abstract world I live in. We live in material and we live in abstract. Our minds are abstract. Our minds are abstract. And there's a physical place for us to be, and then there's an abstract place that we need to be. And we're not taking care of our abstract health. You know, that's really what this is all about. We are neglecting our abstract health because can't-doers are telling us that the abstract world doesn't exist. Oh, but it does, doesn't it? And I'm looking at it. I've been looking and playing in this world since I was 4. And I'm very familiar with insanity and mental illness. And I separated the abstract health from the mental illness. And when imagination first came out, I had a lot of people telling me that she was another alter. She's not an alter. She's me. She's me. And a lot of can't doers were telling me what was and what wasn't based off of their material world. And they are completely denying the existence of our abstract world. And I'm the first to talk about it because we need to. How's your abstract health? We all live in this abstract world. We live in abstract. Oh, I love those words. We live in abstract. And because we have so many non-believers, because we have so many can't-doers, they have denied us our life in the abstract. But they have to live in harmony with each other. So that's what I do. I live in harmony between the abstract world and the real world. Let's not call it that anymore. There's the physical world and there's the abstract world. And most people live in the physical world. I live exclusively in the abstract world. And I'm really tired of people telling me that my world doesn't exist. So I get here. I arrived a few months ago after a 3-year journey. And I went, I'm going to make a garden now. And I created my garden. And I went, there's a lighthouse in my garden. So I have my lighthouse. And I have my garden built around this lighthouse. And the lighthouse sends up this massive beacon, sending out a signal to everybody in the world saying, this is my abstract world. Come join me. If you are seeking solace in your abstract world, come to mine. And I will teach you how to live in this world. Because this is my world. And I am the master of my world. And I am the first person to say, oh, but you can. And I'm going to show you how. And that's really what Triadic healing does. It is the how-to guide to live and balance both the physical world with your abstract world. In order to access your abstract world, you have to be authentic. You have to accept what the can't-doers tell you don't exist. And I felt it yesterday. I felt me find this gorgeous piece of land in this abstract place. And I took out a flag. And I actually went onto Canva yesterday and I started going, I'm going to create my flag for Anna Land. And I started it and then I got distracted. And I took my flag and I'm in the process still of creating it, but I felt me put it in the ground. And I went, I have a beacon and I have a garden. And now I have a palace and I have a throne. And I am Queen Anna. And this is my flag. And as soon as I felt it, I felt I'm home now. I'm home now. And I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to rest. And I feel the universe literally telling me that this is where I was supposed to go and that this is it. And I can rest now. And now I'm sick. And I have to go take a COVID test. And I feel my immune system finally shutting down, going, okay, you can rest now. And people are going, oh, I'm healing. I'm healing. No, honey, you're remembering. You are remembering and you are uniting with your abstract world. Healing is just touching the surface. Healing is can't do or talk for remembering. There are two languages. There is language of the abstract world, and then there's can't do or talk. Can't do or talk is embedded with limitations to brainwash you, to keep you in can't doing mindset. So I'm going to be talking a lot about can't do or talk. And I'm going to be showing you how to think outside of can't do or talk. I call it abstract thinking. And this is not accessible to people who can't think abstract. Once you can think abstract, the world reveals itself to you. Abstract thinking is very, and I'm home. That's really it. I'm home. Existing in thought or as an idea, but not having a physical or concrete existence. Metaphysical, theoretical, conceptual, conceptual. Consider theoretical or separately from something else. Abstract. Abstract. My God, do I love being home. I am a citizen of abstract. You know, I was talking to that neuroscientist, Maury, last week. And he said to me, the subconscious mind is abstract. It doesn't exist. And I went, when a neuroscientist tells you that the subconscious mind does not exist, but it does. But it does. It's both. I think, therefore I am. And I am, therefore I think. It's both. You want to know what's wrong with you? You exist in the physical world and in the abstract world. But the physical world denies the existence of the abstract world. And after 30 years of philosophy and psychology and insanity, I'm looking at it going, no, no more. No more. It is time to silence the can't-doers. They have spoken long enough about what they do not know. I am queen of this realm. I am master of the abstract. A can't-doer will not tell me about my world. I speak for the voiceless. I speak for the abused. And I'm the first to stand up here and say, ignore the can't-doers. There is another world here that they have denied. And it is literally causing the majority of us insanity. You're not insane. The can't-doers are pessimists and they're scared. I am offering you something else, and my God, is it fucking different. I exist in an abstract world. It is my first language and it is my home. And I am going to create it for you. I'm going to show you how you can find it inside of you and how you can use it and tame it and live in it, because there's a balance. We require both. There's nothing wrong with you. You are just denying half of your existence. And my God, it hurts so much for me. And I think it hurts so much for a lot of people. And I can't do it anymore. I can't pretend. They've called me insane all my life. I will give them what they want. And the irony is, if anyone sits down and has a 10-minute conversation with me, they look at me and go, oh my God, you're fucking intelligent. I know I shouldn't be. I should not be talking so openly about insanity and the abstract world and be this intelligent. It doesn't make sense if you follow their logic. But I'm going to present to you a new logic. Because this is what this is. This is a new logic. What if the can't doers exist in a world where they follow a different kind of logic? And what if I exist in a world of abstract where the logic is completely different here? Because that's what this is really. The laws of physics are different here because it's abstract. And that's really what it comes down to. And I can feel it. I'm finally home. And I can feel my palace in my imagination just build up around me. And I can feel the abstract world just taking me in, going, it's okay. You did it, Anna. You're home now. This is where you've sleep for the next week. There's work to do, but you can sleep now. So I'm going to go sleep now. And I'm going to fall apart and just cry because it has taken me 43 years to get home. And I have a beacon to light up. And I'm so tired now. I'm too tired to tell you. Like, follow, subscribe, comment. The city has a map. I made a map of the city. It's abstract. I needed the internet to pull this off. So take a look at my Linktree account below. It's the map to the city. And I got to build it for you. And then I'll show you how to build your own city. That's what I'm supposed to do here. And I'm just so tired because I've been on the road for 40 years. They wandered the wilderness for 40 years. Another Easter egg. Moses wandered the universe for 40 years. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Oh, 40. 40. Another Easter egg. I've got one more year to go. Oh, no, I'm too tired. I just saw something new. I'm not even high right now. I'm just tired. And I just saw another vision and it's so big and I don't want to talk about it right now because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh. I am so happy. I speak for the universe. I speak for her. That's what I'm doing. I can translate universe. Oh, I'm her voice for her. She's voiceless. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to speak for her, to translate, because I speak all the perspectives. I speak all the perspectives. So I can translate what she says. And people tell me what they feel, and I can translate it. I'm so tired. I'm going to go to sleep now. May the kindest of words always find you.